Okay, so that was just some of the alerts that I go through. And our last section is going to be the duties section. So these are other duties. As you gain experience in the SOC as an analyst, you'll be assigned peripheral duties that you are expected to perform every day. And these are some of the peripheral duties I will be doing as opposed, or not as opposed, but in addition to working on the detections and sending out the alerts that we just talked about. So as a senior analyst, I'm going to be triaging the detections that come in from the EDR agents, from the SIEMs, from the cloud platforms. Throughout the day, we receive hundreds of detections from our various monitoring platforms, and it's up to me or whoever's on triage at the time to assign them a risk. Each detection that comes in of low, medium, or high priority. High priority alerts will be investigated within 5 minutes or so, should be at least, and are often known malicious activity. This is going to be stuff like those malicious logins from Russia. It's going to be stuff like encoded commands, like base64 encoded commands running on systems from a script from the downloads file, or downloads path. Medium alerts, they're going to be suspicious. They do need further investigation. If they are found to be not expected on the network, they can really affect the network. So they are marked as medium, and that may take a few hours. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, but depending on how many analysts we have on shift, depending on a lot of factors really, depending on how busy we are, it may take a few hours. There's also the low alerts, which are marked as such because the need to investigate the detection is not super pressing, and the risk to the client's network, if it is unexpected activity, it's going to be pretty low. Another duty is client emails. An analyst will be assigned a response to all client emails during their 2-hour email shift. This is a super difficult task because we have over 300 clients, and it can be super quiet, and then in a 10-minute time span, you can have dozens of clients emailing in. You're not necessarily supposed to have an answer ready for all of them, but you are supposed to distribute out the questions if you don't have time to answer all of them at the moment. It can be responses to alerts that we've sent out. It can be requests for investigations into activity that they've observed. It can be security recommendations, network related questions, really anything you can expect to come into a cybersecurity help desk, or some people try using us as their normal help desk, which we try to focus on just the cybersecurity aspects, but we will help them. It is a customer service job, and I mean, they are paying us money, so we do try to help where we can. Draft review is another duty. A senior analyst, such as myself, is going to be assigned to review all outgoing client communication. This includes both alerts and email responses. Emails, alerts, they have to be reviewed for grammar, spelling, professionalism, and accuracy. You have to be a good writer, honestly, to be a good analyst, and to get hired on. It's huge. I mean, apologies. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, being a good writer, knowing how to write a professional response is absolutely huge because, these clients are paying us money and they want to know that their money is going to good use. They have intelligent people on the other side in the SOC. Sometimes some people try sending out emails and I'm looking at it and I'm just like, this isn't the response that I would want if I was paying the SOC money. So we're going to have to beef that up a little bit. Phones is another duty. An analyst will be assigned to answer the phones for their shift. Clients, they can email in, some of them call in. It's going to usually be for more pressing matters that can't really wait for an email response. For example, if somebody thinks their account is compromised, they're usually going to call in because they need stuff to be done as soon as possible, and they don't have the time to wait for an email response. Exclusions and whitelisting, that's something you have to do with a tier 2 analyst. That's going to be implementing exclusions and whitelisting in client environments. We can be whitelisting applications or implementing exclusions for advanced travel notices. We're also going to be modifying our watch list so it doesn't hit on benign activity and produce a lot of false positives. We do receive hundreds of detections a day. We have to do something to lower that amount. If we don't do any exclusions or whitelisting, we're just going to be overwhelmed by false positives. So this is super, super important. And also very difficult because you don't want to exclude or whitelist something that has the potential to actually be malicious. So this is really important. Block listing. Analysts are responsible for implementing block lists for unapproved programs or implementing blocks or creating watch list for unapproved activity. Put block listing twice because it is so important. No, I didn't. I left that in there. Client tuning is when new clients are onboarded and they have hired on CyberSafe to be their SOC. They're going to go through a 60-day tuning process to determine a baseline for what is expected in their environment and ensure that everything is working correctly. This is just, we want to make sure that we're ingesting the correct logs. We test out different things, such as if we're able to isolate an endpoint or disconnect from the network. We look at the different alerts that are in their environment, and after that 60-day tuning process, we're going to send them all the information we have, and then they're going to approve what is approved, such as different remote access tools that are approved in their environment, and we're going to start whitelisting that so we can actually alert on stuff that is unexpected. And yeah, anything else really, I mean, we're in charge of making sure the SOC runs, so anything that is needed, we are going to be in charge of that. And as you move up from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3, you're going to be taking on more responsibility. Okay. And I think, so we get duties. And I think the last one is just industry certifications. These are my industry certifications. You can click on them. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, you can click on them. You'll see the date of when I received it, and you'll see a little summary of what it actually entails. So this is my Associate of ISC2 for right now. This is for the CISSP. I'm currently just an associate because I don't have the 5 years of experience, but having a bachelor's degree does knock off 1 year, so then I need 4. I'm about to come up on 3 years of working in the IT field, so I think I just need 1 more. I am going to try maybe leveraging my law enforcement background to get that extra year, just because security, law enforcement, you can kind of draw some parallels there. AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. I wanted to get this one just so I could be more aware of AWS. I don't really use AWS too often, although it is a cloud platform that some of our clients use. But I think this is really important to know. I think it's just good to have a base knowledge of all the popular platforms. Oh, I also did this to get a credit for one of my classes. Azure fundamentals. We use Azure a lot. Most of our clients use Azure and Microsoft 365. I'm in Azure all the time, investigating stuff such as client logins or user logins, and looking at applications, looking at conditional access policies. I'm in Azure quite a bit. This is a good certification to get if you're going to be a security analyst. It's good to be familiar with those cloud platforms. This is the CompTIA Advanced Security Practitioner. I think this is, I don't want to say it's retired, but they're making it something called Security X. I don't know if Elon Musk got involved with it recently or what the Security X is supposed to mean, but I like this name more, Advanced Security Practitioner. So this is the top CompTIA certification you could get for security. It's, I think, like an expert level certification. It's a good certification. The pen test. I love the pen test plus. This is a really good one for security analysts. I know most people just want to go to the CISA, which is the cybersecurity analyst CompTIA exam, which is good, obviously, if you want to be a cybersecurity analyst, but don't overlook the pen test because this is going to be more red team based, and it gives you a look at all these different, tools, techniques that threat actors use, which is super helpful when you're looking at, or when you're investigating malicious activity, because you can put yourself in the threat actor's shoes and you can say, what would I do in this situation? And yeah, pen test is a good one. CISA, this is the Cybersecurity Analyst Certification. Definitely recommend this to any person trying to get into cybersecurity. This holds a lot of weight in the industry. So if you're looking to get your foot in the door, definitely get the CISA Plus. Security Plus. Security Plus is what you're normally going to get before you get the CISA Plus. This is part of the trifecta, as they call it, the A+, the Network Plus, and the Security Plus. Gives you a good overview of a lot of different fields in IT. So this is definitely a good one to get. I remember I took this and I was like, I really want to get into cybersecurity now. So this is kind of what inspired me to start getting into cybersecurity. Network Plus is a good one. Networking is huge. You're definitely gonna want to understand networking in and out in order to be a cybersecurity analyst or do anything in security. This is foundational knowledge. You got to understand networking before you can understand anything else. I would like to understand it a bit better. I've been reading for my CCNA, so I think, and I've learned a lot just from studying for the CCNA. So A+, this is the one everybody starts off with, and I think it's the perfect one to start off with. It introduces you to just foundational level knowledge that you can continue to build on. You don't want to put the cart before the horse and just go straight for Security Plus or CISA Plus. You want to have that base knowledge, because if you're talking to some cybersecurity experts and they start dropping some words on you that you should have learned in CompTIA A+, and you're like, I don't know what that is, you may look a little foolish. I don't want to say that, but you know, it's always good to build a strong foundation before you start building the rest of the house. And I believe that's going to be it. I think I talked for about 45 minutes or an hour or so. But yeah, this is my electronic portfolio. I'm going to send a link to you. Yeah, I hope this is good. You can definitely get back to me and tell me if you want me to add anything or talk about anything else. And there's my face again. All right, appreciate it. Bye.